Hello, hello. Okay, there we go. You know, it like defaulted to nothing. Alright, give me a few minutes and I'll actually start doing things. Okay. The plan for tonight is just probably block out a level, like finalizing, or theoretically finalizing one of the earlier levels in the game. I loaded the current one to show you. I do want to keep the general idea. It's just I did this one so early on. Definitely want to change some stuff. I did it before, like blocking out and then modeling. Actually, just straight up modeled it and imported it and fixed it and re-imported it, fixed it, re-imported it. And it's kind of not the best way to do things. So it technically works, but it's hard to get a grasp on scale and stuff like that. Let's see, right now I have this is the spawn area. Got some enemies down. I'll have a cutscene tied to it. So I'm also debating, is like, do I want to... I might just copy this level and try to build on top of it. If that makes sense. So I'll show you right now. Pause my music and see if the cutscene might break. It has been doing that. Oh, looks like the animation's broken. I don't understand how something like that can break. It's not like you edit this stuff in Unreal. Yeah, it breaks right there. It's supposed to jump to another cutscene, but it didn't. Holy moly. It might be worth redoing. I already have all the um, animations for it and everything. Just have to get the right camera angles and stuff. Oh, here it is. Oh, I'm in the negatives right now. No wonder. See if it actually plays okay right here. I think the animation's still kind of screwed up. And the dialogue box happens in the engine, so if you wonder why it's not showing that right now, because this is the sequence player, which is essentially Unreal. It's like an Unreal video editor almost. That's how it controls. Aha! So yeah, that's it. But I feel like this town could have a more interesting layout to it, so and it's not going to be like a full-on town anyways. It's basically like a little pit stop in the woods, so nothing too extravagant. And I might, well, I could just like boot up Zelda or something, try to get some inspiration. I'll do that right now. Plug in my N64 right quick and play some Zelda. Keep the volume pretty low on this. So there's a setting I need to change. I like screwed stuff over. Some enhancements. Yeah, what's this? So like, what's a good small town in Zelda? Oh yeah, I broke my way inside. I went in there illegally, so. Hey, look at Kakariko Village. Oh no. It's like 3 planes essentially with a picture on it, so I know if I want to go for this art style, it's not like I have to be too picky. But at the same time, it does have, especially for the time, the attention to detail. Like, they worked with what they had for the amount of RAM. I do like the layouts of the towns, so like they're definitely had they're like laid out with purpose, you know. Like when you come in, like that grabs your well, I was gonna go first person. But the windmill grabs your attention. You already saw Death Mountain earlier, so you kind of assume, oh, if I start going up, it leads that way. It's just the environment kind of like tells you where to go without straight up telling you. But Kakariko is definitely too big for the town I'm trying to do. I'm also not trying to like copy Zelda. It's just the first game I can think of that it has some of the best art of the time, especially in the genre, making a fantasy game. So, I don't know, Graveyard kind of slaps. Like it's like kind of confined, but yet it's still somewhat big. It's got some variety in the elevation and stuff. See, I was thinking kind of a layout like this, where it's like a secluded... I'm talking about my game now, but make it kind of a secluded town that its purpose was to be a graveyard, so the only people living there are the gravekeeper and stuff, and like the priest or whatever for the church. I imagine he probably lived, if not in the church, like close by. Currently in the map I have now, I do have a second building. It's like completely abandoned. See, so like church, graveyard, abandoned house, and then the house where the gravekeeper lives, with the tool shed and everything. Because I feel like, I don't know, it just feels too unnatural the way it's laid out right now, even for a video game. I feel like I could make it definitely more secluded. I could probably make it so, oh, the carriage crashed and he went through the woods and like went down a hill or something and slid into the graveyard area. So, if I were to compare it to this, imagine, oh, you spawn down here, but the pathway is blocked, type of deal. Because I do want to give the illusion that you can't leave, but also don't want to make it seem like that you can get there later or something. Trying to think. Graveyard might be the best idea for at least a general layout. And of course, tweak stuff. I'm going to copy this like word for word, bar for bar. And this could be like the church area, you know. Also have to make sure things are high enough so you can't jump over walls and stuff like that. I'm walking around the game in my head right now to see if there's somewhere else I want to go for some inspiration. It's also the graveyard in Majora's Mask. Well, I can go to that one right quick. I know this isn't a Zelda stream, but hey, you get to see the whole process. I've also booted up other games too. I've played Castlevania 64 as well, like researching this. Like all kinds of games from the era. Oh, don't have nothing. Please don't attack me. Hey. Save editor. Give all. And again, Clocktown is definitely too big of a town to grab inspiration from, so maybe one section. I could always forget the layout of Clocktown. Like, I forget which door goes where. This game arguably has way more personality in the towns. That might be mainly because of this area. Mainly because of the extra bit of RAM. Yeah, even this area might still be a little too small. I'm doing this, I'm allowed outside now. This game does feel like way more surreal compared to Ocarina of Time. I know I'm stating the obvious. Like, everybody's thought that or made a YouTube video about it, but you know, like, Ocarina of Time had its moments where it felt more like dark fantasy, but this one just doesn't stop. But it's just trippy the way it feels like definitely feels like you're in some sort of pocket dimension or something, because you step outside and there's 4 biomes like touching each other. Like, that doesn't happen in Ocarina of Time. Yeah, the biomes change, but there's transition to them. What's that beeping? Okay, here we go. Here's another. See, I kind of like the layout of this one better, mainly because it's just more organic. Where the other one was obviously a man-made, like, box. This one it's like they used the existing land to make a graveyard from it. Yeah, I like how this is set up too. So I can make this like the church type area and have it kind of separated and uphill, like way more uphill from the graveyard and the houses and stuff. Dampe. Is he called Dampe in this game? Oh yeah. It's the first thing out of his mouth. I am Dampe. I don't know why I've never thought of that or remember that. Okay, that's enough Zelda. Get my brain juices flowing. So, what I might do is just duplicate this level. Actually give it its real name. It loads really fast. Probably because it's the same level. So I do want to keep this in this cutscene room I made and kind of just delete everything else. See, this is a copy, so if I end up regretting this, no. Making sure I'm not deleting something over here. You get to see a lot of behind the scenes with this. Or could do it the slow, old-fashioned way. What is this? That's the sun. Need that. I delete all these guys and just replace enemies later. Same with the grass. What's that? Oh, that's Max. You get to see the tedium of the stuff I go through sometimes. Make sure there's none over there. Sorry, Dorothy. Gotta delete you. Oh wow, I made that swing so wonky. Like I put a bunch of little segments down. I forgot I made like a coffin to a flower bed. I do feel like this place was a pretty good first try. It was like good environmental design, but maybe not necessarily good level design. Locked in vibing at this point. Probably a more efficient way to do this, but we'll worry about it later. So delete all these zombies, undead. Same thing. You know, like these. You know, I can kind of like delete them in one go. Forget the controller controls the Unreal camera, so you gotta be careful. Delete all the tombstones. Sorry, I gotta readjust my chair. I need to wear a back brace while I'm doing game dev. Because I have straight up like hunchback posture right now. Any fences over here? No. Players large. What's that? Oh, boulder? Those are the cutscenes. They actually exist, like physically in the world. Okay, wow, alright. I might just leave the church there. At least for now, then go back and like change it later if I need to. So what I'll probably do is I'll start a cube grid and maybe start at the church and then work my way down. else in the way. Rain and fog. Is 250? I can't remember. I know there's one block size that's kind of really good, where one block is one character. And they grab Max. See, this is one of the good things about blocking out in Unreal before making something in Blender. You can like hit the play button at any time and test out the scale. This other cube grid. Oh. You drew this one. I'm just trying to make it the width of the church right now. And just a disclaimer, I feel like I'm not great level design, at least yet. But that's why I'm doing this, to get good. So I think it'd be cool to have the definitely have the church like secluded. At least away from everything else, but maybe still have it so you can see it off in the distance. Okay. Definitely don't want it too big, so definitely going to have to be a lot of playing around and adjusting the size and whatnot. Sick ass max and backflips during the opening cutscene. Say, I feel like, say if this is the graveyard area or whatever, they put some short trees and stuff up so you can still see the moons in the church. So that way the player walks in, it's like the focal point in the background. Like that way in most people's minds they're like, I want to go there, or I need to go there. So you have to be careful. You have to click on the cube grid you're using, because if not, it makes a new one every time. So I do want it to go downhill more. Uh-oh. That's not right. um, Let's think about making this kind of like the gate area. Just kind of hole in it to symbolize where the gate's going to be. Then try it quick. Yeah, and I think what I can do to make this So this will be the graveyard area. And to make it a bit bigger without hiding the church is kind of going out in this direction, like on both sides. Make it elevate some. Excuse me. See if this works. This might work. Just have like a few graveyards up there. Kind of do the same thing on this side. Actually, I don't want to do that. Maybe to break the repetitiveness, I do it like this. Where it's got more of a ramp on this side. But maybe still make the cube grid the same size. Or the flat part, not the cube grid. So it's like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I keep getting lower, this should theoretically. Like, I still have that, thing I want to do, where churches in the background. Doesn't work like that. Don't want to make them too steep either, so don't start sliding. You can see Kroll waving off in the distance. to lower the fog. Oh, well, you can still see the windows to the church. I'm not gonna worry about the fog later. If you can see it right now, you can definitely see it after I lower the fog. So just imagine this is, well, when I finish it, this is where the house is, or the house for the gravekeeper and his shed and stuff like that. It's down here. You work your way up. Of course, this is going to have walls, but you work your way up. This is going to be like kind of like cobblestone and iron fence gates that you see around graveyards. Just have that up, and this will be the actual gate. I still like the idea that I had in the old map where this is locked until like you go the other direction. Like I imagine maybe like the houses and stuff is one way when you spawn after you spawn in, but this is the other way. So just in case the player decides to run up this hill, they're like, oh, it's locked. Then they have a small trek back down, and of course the key would be near the gravekeeper's house. Oh yeah, like this. Then I was thinking maybe put another gate here and kind of have like one of the first doors that opens when you kill all the enemies. So you kind of get locked into this area. I think for out here I didn't want too much. I think I plan on putting maybe something decorative over here, and also the platform that's going to be used to teleport here later. The platform's going to be a reoccurring thing that happens throughout the game. Like it's just someplace, like a thing you can teleport to. It's going to be like at major cities or towns or whatever. Make sure this isn't too steep. No, definitely not. I'll probably have some of this like fenced off and like have little openings in the fences. So there's like walkways between the graves so you can walk up and probably just have zombies like spawning in waves. And once you kill a certain amount of them, the gate opens, then you go inside and do your first mini dungeon. Hang on, I'm gonna go get my water and be right back, and I'll keep going, at least for a little bit. I forget I have a wireless headset, so you can follow me. say that and then I don't even talk when I leave. Dude, I had like cabin fever today. In the middle of June. I think that's when I get cabin fever the most. Because this hot weather sucks. You don't want to like leave your house to do anything. Not saying I do that a lot, but I would at least try to exercise or something, you know, like go for a walk, but you don't want to. Don't want this too tall. So I don't want it to hide like everything, but should be good. Yes. I can always come back later and make some of this stuff more uneven. But at first it's better to work with just cubes, essentially, so. This will probably be like actual like solid wall, like earth, solid earth, I should say. Make them thin for now too. To make that a little bit wider. Church is wider than I anticipated. It's hard to think too. Like, what? Like, is this too wide? So, if I go smaller, will it be too narrow? I guess it would kind of make sense for it to be wide because they would want to fit a carriage or something or wagon up through here. But then again, this isn't too. Here, I'll Probably have gates that swing open. Yeah, that looks okay. Okay, that's not bad. Helps break the symmetry. Sometimes you want to avoid that OCD, especially with the natural environments. For like interiors, like man-made things or dwarf-made things, it can be more symmetrical then. But since this is going to take place outside, you need to try to avoid that. Just going to delete this other cube grid for now. Don't need it. I probably should have kept Zelda up. Now I kind of want to go back and look again. Because in Ocarina of Time, there's just a little hut, then it goes straight into a town. Alright, screw it. I'm gonna go back to Majora's Mask right quick. Probably should have saved, but oh well. Or if I give myself everything and then save, will it actually save? Save editor. Don't bite me. Pretty dog. Wait, if I'm Goron, I can skip this, I think. Yeah, you can just leave. Don't even have magic yet. It's counting in it as if I have magic though. Oh yeah, you could just do this while spinning. Keep the momentum. Oh, I just went through the ground. Oh god. They're jumping me! They're jumping me! Who need? Oh fuck! Who needs a horse? God, freaking rats in this area are insane. They thought New York was bad. Whoa! I thought the moon had wings. It's like vaguely octagonal. It's actually really close to one another. See, they have a gate here too. See, I was thinking about making a little area like this, just a little ledge, and maybe showing the carriage on fire up there to show that Max crashed and he's stuck in this area, instead of rocks blocking a road. That way, because I feel like if you put rocks down, you might feel like, it's like, oh, I can leave this place eventually or something. It's like, oh, I can blow it up or whatever. So I think I just need to make some random, more, almost like an octagonal shape at the bottom for the town. Actually, doesn't go down that much, so. Mine goes down a decent amount. I might just cut it off right here after looking at that, because I don't want us to be in a mountain or anything, you know? Oh fuck, I don't have it selected. Oh, it is selecting it. Put Max down here for now. Where's that fog? I might go ahead and... It's the wrong fog. It's exponential height fog. If I can find it. I have to turn it on lit. There we go. Zelda's still playing in the background. Okay. So I don't think this area needs to be too big. I just need to make it less square. Look at some references. sure I had it selected. It's hard to turn on the imagination sometimes. But then other days I make up multiple movies in my head. That's usually when I'm at work or something. Also, I don't have to do this in one night either, so... Just block this off for now. Just put a wall up. Right, a bit of wall. It kind of works having them connect like that. It shows there's a slope going down right here. Oh, I missed. Just trying to wall them in at the moment. Oops. Sorry if I just stop moving. It's because I'm thinking. I'm already not talking that much, but... Or if I can... do this... Oh shit, I can. I can add some slant to it. I just can't push that in. That just might have to be a Blender thing later. What happens if I do it right here? I'm just practicing with the tool at this point. Well, it's cool you can do that to get rid of some of the squareness of things. If I do like this. Oh, it doesn't like... I was afraid it was going to tear a hole into the ground. Doesn't work as well right there. I'll just keep that the same. leave that for now. I was trying to think of a path, or if it's important to have that make sense, where make it, because as of now, there's like no viable way to enter this place, but at the same time, it could be super sealed off because it's cursed, and there's spoiler alert, there's a vampire in the area, so maybe it makes sense that could make a little path and just have it completely overgrown. So the people that are here are here. By people I mean vampire and whatnot. Seal this off. Hole in the bottom. Oops. Oops. Whoa, whoa, whoops. Okay. All sealed up. Definitely have to make things higher here so you don't see the cutscene in the background. Don't worry about that later. Blockouts take a decent amount of time. Even some of the stuff where I had like almost 100% of the vision in my head, I just had to translate it. Even then, it takes a bit. But then there's stuff like this where I'm kind of like, I know what I wanted to do and stuff, but I need to incorporate some more level design in it to make it feel more natural and like just better for the players, you know. But also at the same time make it look cool. Didn't have it make sense as far as video game stuff goes, so. Yeah, I had to think of something clever later to make it feel like just like a blocked off exit or whatever, you know. I'd ask some friends about that later. Could ask the Great Crowbar whenever he's free. The environmental design genius. There's a difference between environmental design and level design. just in case people didn't know. Level design is all about the gameplay. Our environmental design is making it look good. So, he's better at making it look good. Not saying he could never do this. I'm not. hopefully that didn't come off as an insult. It's just, I think we're fairly self-aware of our strengths and weaknesses, but at the same time, never say never. He could come out of the blue one day and make a spectacular song and surprise the two guys that make songs all the time. I'm kind of digging this shot. Like, I think this would look cool. Like, I'm kind of envisioning in my head, like, some textures and stuff. Maybe some vines and stuff right here, and of course, the appropriate dirt and path textures. But just seeing that in the background like that's really cool. Probably still had to play with the fog a bit, but that's a later problem. What's the famous saying? Make it exist and make it look good. I'm making it exist right now. Okay, I'll go ahead and save it. I'll probably quit here soon. It's actually kind of long. I usually stick close to an hour. I'm like almost an hour and a half. So yeah, I ate too much. I still feel food in my stomach, and I'm tired and lazy today. I probably gained like 3 pounds today. Well, anyways. So yeah, hopefully no one, I was thinking about it the other day after they announced Zelda stuff. It's like, hopefully people don't think we're like jumping on a bandwagon because Zelda's re-releasing and we're making something somewhat similar. Hey, to be fair, this game's going to be very, at least my goal was to make it more very Castlevania, at least with the vibes, especially with this first level. Straight up, gonna go to a vampire castle, so, or church, ex-church. But yeah. Off topic, but I hope we get to see some Zelda gameplay to see if it's a worthwhile remake. I'm definitely hoping. Yeah, I know. Of course, it's going to have high resolution textures because it's a newer console and stuff. But I'm hoping it's less of the Unreal slot people keep talking about, and more just higher resolution style, but more stylized. Kind of like the Twilight Princess. It had more pixels to work with in its textures and stuff, but everything was definitely more gritty. It almost looked like actual pictures of things, just kind of like crushed down a little bit. It wasn't like shell shaded, so. But at the same time, it wasn't like realistic. That's the style, I guess, doing its job. Where, especially some of the characters, they feel like cartoons but they got more realistic skin textures, like they're dirty and stuff, so that's what I'm trying to do with this too, is just, I don't want it to look like a cartoon, but I'm not like trying to be too picky with the realism. But yeah, I'm hoping the new Zelda, the Ocarina of Time remake, does kind of the same thing, and hopefully they find that sweet spot of not adding too much more, because I feel like if you change it too much from the original, people are going to hate it. Like, well, I feel like most people would probably hate it, except for the random person that's playing it because they've never played it before and just going in completely blind. But I feel like they definitely have to appeal for two different audiences: the new Zelda and the old Zelda people, or probably even the older Zelda people. There's like multiple tiers of Zelda fans right now. Like the NES, SNES people, the N64 people, then I feel like N64 and GameCube people are in the same category, and then stuff after that is its own crowd. But yeah, I wouldn't mind if they added like like expanded grottos a little bit. You know, don't make full-on dungeons out of them, but make them slightly more to do than just walking up to a chest with some Deku Babas next to it. They could add like a small puzzle element to it, but nothing as extravagant as a shrine from like Breath of the Wild. One thing I kind of hope they do, though, they keep Hyrule Field the same size, but throw more enemies at you, because I knew that was more of a technical limitation in the N64 days, especially with Epona. Like, once they added Epona to the field, I think she like basically filled up the RAM after you like spawn in the Hyrule Field, then Epona. There's like no room for enemies except a Poe, I think. So it'd be kind of cool if there's like small swarms of stall children and stuff. And definitely some of these bosses they could make a little bit harder, because some of them are like stupid easy, especially if you played the game before. So maybe add another phase or something to them. Maybe not all of them, but like of course you want Gomez to be somewhat easy because it's the first boss. Once you do some crazy Elden Ring bullshit, you don't want the first boss to be the hardest, unless it's one of those on purpose. Oh, you're supposed to die to the first boss, but that's already set in stone. It's a Ocarina of Time didn't do that. But yeah, I'm on. I guess enough of the Zelda sidetrack. If you haven't figured out already, I'm on the fence. Like, I'm hoping it's good, but I'm not like sitting here as like, oh, it has to be good, or oh, it's going to be awful no matter what. Like, I have to see more to make a more set in stone opinion of it. So, but yeah, I hope it's good. I hope it's good and different, but not too different. I've overstated this too much, but they need to find the sweet spot that the Resident Evil remakes did, where it's the exact same game, but they put like the sprinkles on top or the secret sauce on top. Like the base, the skeleton and the meat are the same thing, but they're just kind of putting more stuff on top of it that makes it better. So I hope they do more of that and not like ripping chunks off of it and replacing it, if that makes sense.
Well, anyways, thanks for watching. Check out our Ko-fi if you want to donate. We're still trying to get a Steam page. I'm still far, as you can tell, we're still far away before any type of demo or anything. Unfortunately, I don't have too much stuff on Ko-fi right now. I'm actually bad at the social media in general, but we're still trying to post things. Crowbar tries to remind me to post things, and sometimes he actually makes stuff and tells me, like, he's like, here you go, post this. So, I guess that's the artsy guy, and I'm just helping me out with that. But, yeah, I imagine if we had like a decent amount of supporters and stuff, I would definitely be more motivated to post things for them. But for now, I'm just kind of post things when I can, or when I remember, or have something to post. But yeah, I'm just taking things slow and steady right now. Don't want to overdo it. Have plenty of patience to build this. Anyways, thanks for my silence buildings and my silent building blocking out in my little bit of Zelda talk. Actually, a little bit of Zelda gameplay because I booted up Zelda 3 different times. Anyways, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys on the next devlog. I guess that's what these are, devlogs, I guess. It's the closest thing I'm going to do to a devlog. I'm not going to sit down and edit time-lapse and stuff. I'll never say never, though. Maybe down the road, but not in the foreseeable future. Okay, bye.